Hello and welcome back to Eagle TV 2.0. On today's show, we have our daily announcements, some COVID-friendly Thanksgiving ideas, delicious Thanksgiving baking, an entertainment report from our very own Nolan Bello, and finally, the latest edition of Chill Out Tuesdays. It all starts right now.
Hello Eagles, and welcome back. I'm Kellen Levy.
And I'm Sydney Furman. We have an amazing show in store for you today, but first our daily announcements with Eagle TV 2.0's very own Delaney Haddad. Take it away, Delaney.
Hey SM, I'm Delaney Haddad here with your morning announcements. Don't forget, SM will be issuing digital ID cards. Check the team's announcements page for instructions on your digital ID card picture. Your digital ID is not valid until your ID picture has been approved. Physical ID cards were available during October. The first physical ID card is free, any replacement is $10. This week for Eagle Eats, we have Ballpark Pizza Team, Everbowl, and even Raising Cane's. Group B students, make sure to order your Eagle Eats meal in advance. The ordering deadlines vary for each restaurant. Also, regarding the SM parking passes, you will be contacted via student email with an application form and a date range to pick up your permit. Again, these passes will be available once all students are 100% back on campus. Until then, all students are still required to park in backlot. Check the SM Teams page for more info. This is a reminder that the first rehearsal for It's a Wonderful Life will be today, Tuesday, November 10th on Teams after school. Log on through the It's a Wonderful Life team. Congratulations to the cast, crew, and design team for all the world's a stage for a great performance. That's all I have for announcements. Let's send it back to the host in the studio.
Thanks Delaney for always keeping us updated. Now switching gears, Sydney, are you excited for Thanksgiving?
I sure am. I'm really excited to spend Thanksgiving with my friends and family, even though it might be a little bit different this year. But to give us some Thanksgiving ideas during this crazy time due to COVID, let's turn it over to Bella Longi.
We're preparing for the fact that an in-person Thanksgiving with all of our loved ones is very unlikely because of pandemic safety concerns. For us, 2020 will be the year of the Zoom Thanksgiving. To feel more connected, create a menu together with remote friends or family. Choose specific recipes, and everyone can be eating the same food. If you want to celebrate with family who might not be able to cook for themselves, think about ways to get Thanksgiving food to their home. If they're nearby, drop things off ahead of time and give the instructions so that they can cook and eat with you. Games are a great way to connect and spark conversation. Try online bingo and board games that can work well over screens. Happy Thanksgiving, Eagles. Enjoy the year of the 2020 Zoom Thanksgiving.
Thanks Bella. Now I think one of my favorite parts of Thanksgiving is definitely all the delicious food my family brings for Thanksgiving dinner. Next up, we have some fun Thanksgiving baking ideas with Bella Kumar. Let's check it out.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Cooking with Kumar. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make the best crepes ever. They are definitely one of my favorite breakfasts to eat during the holidays, and I know you'll love them too. Let's get started. For the crepes you'll need 1 1/4 cups milk, 2 eggs, 1 cup of flour, 1 tablespoon of sugar, 4 tablespoons of butter melted and cooled, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Strawberry filling you'll need 1 pound of frozen strawberries, 1/4 cup of sugar, 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, and 1 teaspoon of cornstarch. To make the strawberry sauce, start by heating the strawberries and the sugar over medium-low heat until they're defrosted. This will take about 2 minutes. Once the strawberries are defrosted, go ahead and add in the cornstarch and the lemon juice. Cook it for about 10 more minutes, then set aside. To make the crepe batter, combine all the ingredients in a blender. There's no particular order in which you have to do this, but I would strongly recommend starting off with the eggs and the milk, simply because wet ingredients at the bottom makes it easier to blend, and I would recommend adding the butter and vanilla last for an extra flavor. Once you've put all your ingredients in the blender, go ahead and blend them for about 1 minute. Next, heat up a pan over medium heat and generously butter it. Go ahead and pour your crepe batter right in the center and give it a little swirl to make sure the batter evenly coats the whole pan. As soon as the crepe turns golden brown around the edges, get a spatula and flip it over. After flipping, cook on the opposite side for about 1 minute. To assemble, place some strawberry filling in the center, then using a spatula, fold each side inward. That's it for the basic crepe, but if you want to get fancy, go ahead and add a little dusting of powdered sugar, a squirt of whipped cream, and a drizzle of that delicious homemade strawberry syrup. Now you know how to make the perfect crepe set. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this edition of Cooking with Kumar. I really hope you give these crepes a try because they're absolutely amazing and really delicious. See you next time, Eagles.
Wow, those crepes looked so good. It made me hungry. I know I'll be checking out those recipes out with my family this Thanksgiving.
Me too. Now in the studio with us today, we have our very own entertainment reporter, Nolan Bello, to give us all the updates in the entertainment industry. Take it away, Nolan.
Good morning, Santa Margarita. I'm your entertainment reporter, Nolan Bello. You know, I'm so happy that it is fall. While it may be cold outside, clothes are longer and warmer, and I will be able to change up my wardrobe much more. Today I'll update you all on a true legend gone too soon, the return of Grey's Anatomy, and a theme park reopening some of its business. Let us begin with Alex Trebek. The 80-year-old Jeopardy host lost his battle to stage 4 pancreatic cancer on Sunday, November 8th. After being diagnosed in 2019, he never missed a day of work, even while receiving chemotherapy. In May 2019, he told CBS, "It wouldn't be right for me to walk away from this if I can possibly still do it, and I managed to do it, so what's the big deal?" Although he continued filming, his pain never subsided, as he stated at a time where, "I taped the show, and then I made it to the dressing room on one occasion, just barely, before I writhed in pain and cried in pain. I had 15 minutes before the next show, so I got myself together, and spasms of that kind usually last about 10 to 15 minutes. All right, here we go again." Trebek has been the host of Jeopardy for more than 35 years, beginning in 1984, amassing over 8,000 episodes. Last night, before the show began at 7 p.m., their executive producer released a statement. This was similar to what was released Sunday, which stated, "Jeopardy is saddened to share that Alex Trebek passed away peacefully at home early this morning, surrounded by friends and family." An incredible legend was truly taken from us too soon. Alex Trebek's will to push through the pain and give us weekly joy at 7 p.m. will always hold a special place in my heart. Now, after its production was halted in March, Grey's Anatomy officially returns this Thursday, November 12th, and I am beyond excited. The final 4 episodes of season 16 were paused due to the coronavirus pandemic. The cast and crew are now back on set as they adhere to social distancing guidelines. Masks were required at all times, and some pretty cool astronaut-like head hazmat suits while they work on surgeries and wounded victims are seen. The crossover with Station 19 will be a 2-hour event. In the trailer for the premiere, it was stated that it's a war zone, and we're the ones in the front line. With all the lives in need, our world is ablaze. The first episode, which is titled All Tomorrow's Parties, will show us how Greystone Memorial has been affected by COVID. Dr. DeLuca, played by Giacomo Gianotti, stated in August that the season will start about a month and a half into full COVID. It's going to take place a little beyond where we left off in the last season. We're not picking up right where we left off. Well, I cannot wait for the crossover on Thursday, and I know a couple of my friends and family can't wait either. Finally, a quick announcement. California Adventure announced they will open Buena Vista Street starting November 19th. Guests will be able to shop and dine at several places on the main drag. The rest of Disney's California Adventure, however, remains closed in compliance with government mandates. For your entertainment update, I'm Nolan Bell. Let's send it back to Sydney and Kellen.
Thank you, Nolan, and we can't wait to see what you have for us next week. Now, to wrap up today's show, we have the latest edition of Chill Out Tuesdays. Let's check it out.
Well, that wraps it up for us on Eagle TV 2.0. I'm Kellen Levy.
And I'm Sydney Furman. Have an amazing rest of your week, SM, and tune in tomorrow for a special Veterans Day edition.